Crafters, thank you so much for stopping by. So today I'm going to be showing you the card that I created for Craft Roulette episode number 269. And after I saw it, I decided maybe I'll just sit this one out because I am not a big fan of square cards. But then if I started just thinking about it and thought, you know what? My neighbor next door is having a birthday this week. And I thought I could make her a card and I wouldn't have to mail it. And I think that's probably the biggest thing about square cards that I'm not excited about is because I don't have square envelopes, and I know I could probably put it in a 5x7 envelope. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them. But since I'm just going to be handing it to my neighbor, I thought, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give it a shot. So let's pull in the card and we'll go through the parameters one by one. So here is my card. Now it's square, so it's a 5x5, and it opens this way, which is also unusual for me. I guess when I went to go glue it down, I didn't do it this way. So I guess it was meant to be a top fold. And then the colors had to be butterfly or butterflies. Now, here is a picture of the color palette that I kind of found. And then I started realizing that I could do any kind of colors of flowers, because if you have flowers in your yard, you are going to see butterflies. So I decided to do it in the way that the butterfly colors can be around the flowers that they're at as well. So that's the take that I'm doing. So I decided to pull out the Celebratory Sips Designer Series paper because I love the flowers in this paper. Now here's the funny part. When I went to go do this card, I really wanted to do the back side of this paper here because it was this one. But when I realized that I had cut it wrong, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and still use those beverages on the front because it's going to come out cute. With this, I saw is in another paper, and I just fussy cut it out of one of the designer papers. And I thought, wouldn't that be cute? Just a nice drink there. So the mistake ended up turning out to be pretty cool. So then the element had to be cloud, clouds, or cloudy. And so there was a couple things that I did here. I decided I could do the new in color, which is called Cloud Cover, which is what's on this designer paper here in the back, what's in the umbrella, what I use to do my matting. And I thought, well, that should take care of my cloud. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to put this drink on top of vellum. And because vellum always makes things look cloudy underneath. So I think I've got that parameter taken care of. And then the last thing was the random had to be tied. So I just went in and found this. I always put my leftover stuff from my paper pumpkin kits in a bag. So I pulled that bag out and I found this twine, but it was a little thicker than I wanted. So when I find that, I just kind of take and pull it apart and only get a couple strands. And that's what I did. I just pulled it apart so that I could get only a few strands, and I tied a bow and I put that on the top there of or underneath the umbrella there. And I just think it came out so cute. Now the word celebrate comes from this old Hostess set called Express Yourself. And then I found the best sentiment for the inside because of this cherry that's in this drink, I found this sentiment that says, "Happy birthday," with a cherry on top. Look at how cute that just tied that in. And that sentiment came from A Word for You. And then I just put some rhinestones on the either side of the word celebrate, did some blending around there in the strawberry slush, and I stamped my sentiment on the front here with berry burst, and I punched that out with my small oval, and I glued that directly onto the glass drink there because I ended up popping the entire thing up once it was adhered to the vellum. I popped that up. So I didn't want to pop that one up as well, even though I could have, since I'm not really mailing it. But, and then for my oval, I just pulled in my layering oval framelit dies, and I just used that to die cut my vellum piece there. And I think I've covered all the products that I use, but I think it really turned out cute. And I think that cloud cover with the strawberry slush card base really is pretty together. I would have never thought to put them together because the only reason why I even brought cloud cover in was because the umbrella had cloud cover, and I decided instead of putting white down here, I used some more of that designer paper. So I have designer paper pieces on top of another piece of designer paper. And I love those two colors together. So I was very pleased with my card, even though I'm not a big square card person, but I do like the way it turned out. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this card and this video, and if you did, you can show me your joy by giving it a thumbs up. Okay, until my next video, have fun crafting, everyone, and remember, choose joy, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.